At patch 1.2 you'll receive around 82 pulls, but where should you invest it all? Blade, Kafka, or wait until patch 1.3? Before analyzing each of the banners that should be available until the end of patch 1.3, I'll explain a bit about the scenario I'm considering. My focus will be from the perspective of a free-to-play player, where 82 pulls are a big decision, and it's worth analyzing how to best invest in your team. Blade will be a unit from the Path of Destruction, dealing wind damage, one of the few characters that deals this type of damage. What we know so far from his kit is that he's capable of healing himself, increasing his damage based on lost HP, and scales with HP. Currently, he'll fit well within the meta, as one of the most common elements in the Memory of Chaos is wind. However, building him will require a lot of resources, and he is extremely dependent on good healers. Kafka is a character that we already know quite well, and is a favorite of several players. She'll have lightning damage and belong to the Nihility path. However, unlike other characters, her focus will not be on debuffs, but on damage over time. Her kit will revolve around this aspect, and I hope this type of gameplay begins to expand alongside her. Additionally, her banner is filled with good 4-star characters. But looking at Kafka in isolation, she's one of the most complex characters to build, not because of her relics or icons, but due to her team composition. She won't be a damage dealer who will just fit in any team. Xuan is capable of predicting the future, and I'll try to do the same. For both banners in patch 1.3, there is still very little information available, but let's speculate a lot about what to expect from each one of them. It has already been announced that Xuan will be a character from the Preservation path, and dealing quantum damage. On one hand, quantum damage is quite interesting, especially for the potential mono quantum team in the future. On the other hand, Preservation is one of the weaker paths, particularly if she's unable to provide shields for the entire team, considering our other alternatives are healers, who, in all of their kits, have at least one healing skill for the entire team. Finally, we have Danheng, the form of Imbibitor Lunae, announced as of the Path of Destruction and dealing imaginary damage. This is perhaps my biggest expectations for a banner. Firstly, I believe that Lynx will also be in this banner, just as Luca was in the second part of patch 1.2. This already offers another healer option for compositions. Moreover, imaginary damage appears in almost 50% of all stages of Memory of Chaos. This allows Danheng to have a tremendous impact on the late game. Even with Yukong and Welt, Danheng can still be an excellent weapon for destroying weaknesses. If you are solely looking to optimize your teams for crushing the late game, in my opinion, the priority should be in this order. First, in Imbibitor Lunae, you have one more source of imaginary damage, which will be crucial in the late game. Second, Blade, good sustain, but risky, and a source of wind damage. Third, Kafka. It may be costly, but depending on how the damage over time gameplay develops, could become one of the best investments. And fourth, Xuan. There are better options, and currently having a preservation characters in the teams isn't critical. But if you're considering a priority of waifus, then it should be something like this: Kafka, then Xuan. That's it guys, I bet you disagree with my list, so leave below in the comments why. And don't forget to subscribe to make sure that you don't lose in the next 50-50. And until next time.
It's that time again to get busy with it, best go find